going on YouTube? My name is Tom Mizzle. You're watching my channel Mizzle14, and I'm here doing a review of Queen Sugar Season 3, Episode 4, No Haven in My Shadow. Like I said, it works for me before, then I'll just go do character by character. It makes it easier transition for me to talk about this show. So I'm just going to do Aunt Vi first. Aunt Vi was preparing her pies for delivery. Remember, she got this deal that she had to make pies for the store, and once she get the pies to the store, she would get more money and stuff like that. So this is her dream. So she has this deal with the store owner to keep making pies, and she would get checks, money, and royalty from that deal. So she's working hard. She's working hard and doing everything. So she called Charlie and told Charlie that she needs to pick up Mr. Prosper and take her to his appointment. And Charlie at first was like, she said, "What? Why Nova can't do it?" She said, "Nova getting some things for the commemoration, so you have to do it. Pick it up and no later, and make sure it be there." So hang it up. And so later on, Vi was at the kitchen. Remember, she made a deal with Miss Effie and saying that she wanted to work in the kitchen, and she donate send them some money for her using the kitchen. So Miss Effie came in and she said the super class, a class had to do with this kitchen, and they need it, and they be doing this for a while now, and your check be coming in Wednesdays after 4, so it's not clearing, so it's not much of a thing. Miss Effie was being rude, so Vi just let that go. She had to quickly prepare everything and just leave. Later on, she had the truck. She had a car, and she delivered the pies with Hollywood. And Hollywood was helping. He said, "Well, we got to do something different. Like just not the regular mode of transportation." He said, "Can you get a delivery truck?" She said, "I'm not spending no money on a delivery truck." He said, "Well, you don't have to get no money to spend it." So basically, Hollywood saying that he will do it for her, but everything. So she sat down and took a little breather. And then Hollywood asked her, they said, "The pies are smushed, so can you take a look at it?" She went to go look at it. So after that, Vi and Hollywood were sitting on the table and talking, and he was talking about the delivery truck. He said he knows somebody who got this truck that needs $100 to fix it up, and when it could run in, had the refrigerations in the truck, and all that other stuff. And Aunt Vi was hesitant because she said, "No, I don't want it. This is my business. Let me do how I want to run it. Let me take care of things." And Hollywood said, "I want to help you and the stuff you need to help." And her whole main thing is she don't want to feel that she needs to owe him what he's doing for her. And he said, "Oh," and she's got this little story that back in the past that somebody was holding this thing over her head, up at the house, that he paid it off, and every time she walked in the door, he always reminded her of something like things. And I kind of feel unviable in that situation, because sometimes when people throw money in your face and keep throwing it and say that I did this for you, did that for you, sometimes it make you feel like, okay, you doing this for me for what? Like I had to owe you, I need to owe you, I need to be indebted to you. So sometimes I like things to do with myself and not relying on other people, because when you rely on people, they could quick, fast let you know that they did this for you. So I'm fine, I wouldn't do that, but not Hollywood. Hollywood would not do that. So he said he just want to help her, and he said he see you overworking yourself, and it's not a good look, and he don't want to see you burn yourself to the ground, and that you just is so tired, you so clocked out, and he want to see that happen to her. So she was thinking, and it was like that. I like Hollywood. He's really good for a vibe. And so then, vibe. So let me see. Next, I'll jump into Micah, right? So Micah was meeting his father, Davis, and he came to the house, and Micah said he wants to go get something upstairs. So Davis and Charlie started talking, having a little small talk, and little banter back and forth. He said, "This, you're doing good. This house, you made some changes." He said, "Nothing has been changed since the last time you saw it." So that's it. So Micah and Davis went to arcade game, and they was playing arcade. They was going back and forth, having a little father and son bonding. He gets a call on his phone. Davis get a call on the phone, and he went to take the call. So Micah said, "I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna continue with this game and beating your score." So after that, Micah Davis was driving Micah home, I guess, and Davis was telling Micah about Ernest, which was Micah's grandfather, and saying that who passed away, and saying that Ernest been a father to him than his own father. Ernest been going to a lot of his games, been there for him. He gave him advice. He talks to him a lot. He always check up on him. So it was that he felt that Ernest was his father. So in the midst of that, he was choking up and everything. And Micah sensed it. He said, "Pops, what's going on?" And this where Davis revealed that Micah has a sister. And it was like, what? A sister? How that came about? Yeah, he said he has a sister, and he said her name is Tia, and close around your age and everything. And he said it was a fling that happened, and it was a long time ago. And I want to tell you, he don't regret having her. And Micah asked his father, how old is Tia? He said 13 years old. I said 13. I was like, it made it seem like it was a newborn baby that he had just had a recent affair. Somebody got pregnant, she had a baby. No, this is an old affair that he had a child all this long time. Wow, Micah never knew he had a sister. So Micah was pissed, and he said, "Did you tell my mother yet?" Because at the time, Charlie and Davis was married. So Micah, all he knows was only him only. He thought he was the only child. So to find out that he has a sister by his father that a long time ago flayed while he was probably with his mother was like a slap in the face. So he pissed. He got off. I don't blame him. It's easier to find some news like that he has a sister from your father that you thought. I like after that little scandal that happened the first season. Now this coming about is crazy. So Michael left with that, and that's it. Most of his storyline. So let me go jump to Ralph Angel, right? So remember last episode, daughter came and Ralph Angel's daughter was looking at each other, staring each other down. That's how it ended. So this time it started again with that. So Blue came and showed Darla the coloring book that he had, and she was so happy. She said, "Oh my gosh, how does this look nice?" And then all that craziness. So she was talking about the birthday, and he said he was her his birthday by the commemoration they having by for his pop. That's what Blue calls his great grandfather, and no, Blue called his grandfather, Papa, not his great grandfather, his grandfather. So he's do that. So Darla and Ralph was having a little conversation back and forth, and he asked Darla how long you would stay, and she said, "I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying here." And he was like taken aback, and she said she had to um, that she would stay, and she said she would have to work it out. She would have to do whatever she do or whatever she take for her to work this out with Ralph Angel. So later on, um, Ralph daughter came to the kitchen because Ralph Angel was sitting in the kitchen, and daughter was like, "Blue has a trip, and you see the chaperone." And Ralph already said, "I already told the teacher I'm going," and he was adamant about that. So then she went on and told about the plastic in his bed, and Ralph Angel went to tell daughter that he started peeing in his bed since when you left. And she said, "I need to know that." And he said, he didn't want to tell anybody. He was embarrassed, all that stuff. But she said she needs the right to know. Yeah, as a mother, I think she has the right to know. But at the same time, Laura, y'all was going through your little issues. And she said, "I don't need the permission to be around my son. And nothing has to change. He's my son. He's your son as well. It's our child. We raised him together. Nothing changed." And Ralph says everything changed, Darla. Everything changed. Everything changed when you told him about Blue may not be his. And when he found out the child is not his, but he's still raising Blue. But he had to do what he had to do with Darla. So after that, um, Blue, Ralph, and Darla was going out to eat. And Blue said his tummy's hurt. He ate too many slices, so he went to go to the bathroom, and he said he was by himself. Yeah, yeah, that's what she said. Nothing has changed and everything. So all that was that for that. So then we move into Nova. Nova, in the beginning, she had writer's block. She could not write her book. Remember, Micah gave her a topic was talk about the farmers and their struggles and your father's legacy and everything about the farm. So she had a writer's block. She didn't know what she was doing, how she gonna write this book, and so she called up Vi. Vi gave her advice and said, "Listen, you the only writer around here, the borderline around here that's proud. Talk about yourself. You have a lot to talk and do it. I believe in you and everything." So that's that. And then Nova talked to Remy, right? Nova went to talk to Remy, and he was telling her that he had a group of kids that he needs to teach them about fertilization. She said, "Oh, that's kind of a boring topic. What kind of teacher are you?" Basically, was teasing him. And Nova was getting the food out the truck. Remy helped Nova because Nova was responsible to getting the stuff, food, and everything for the commemoration. And the commemoration is the celebration for the. It's like a tradition that they celebrate the passing of their father, and they want to every year they do like a little bonfire where they write messages and talk to him on the sky, and they burn the messages so it could reach up to him. So it's like a little annual thing, and Blue wants to celebrate his birthday by celebrating his pop. And yeah, so getting the food out of the truck, he said teaching, and later on for that. Then later on, Nova saw Remy talking to his students at the farm. And then when Nova got there, he interjected and said, "Nova, this is her. She's one of the people for the farm, one of the earnest kids." And the kids were asking her questions. They said, "How long you been in the farm? It been in her family for all this long time. Me, my brother, my sister helps. It came down to us to manage this farm." But she said her brother Ralph Angel is the one who manages and take care of the farm. And she said, "Why you don't take care of the farm and do anything?" She said, "Well, I have I have other roles. I have other things I could pour in that I could do to help my family, but I don't have to be at the farm." Ralph Angel got that. So then I got her thinking. So after that, Nova went into a shed and she saw a fishing pole. And she was reminiscing about the fishing because Remy came and stopped her again. And they was talking. He said, "Oh, I didn't know you was a fisher because Nova's good. She's activist. She's a writer. She a good person, lovable and everything." And he said, "Oh, I didn't know you're a fishing woman too." And she said she used to fish a lot with her father, and she remembered the story that they would go fishing, and then on the way they would get some bait at the store, and then due to the midst of it, the father went inside to get something, and she came out with a busted lip, and all she could see was the smug of the three white people faces. And when the father got in the car, he didn't bring it up because she was angry that he never talked about it after that. So since then, she gave up fishing, and she never fished from since then. And I was like, that's something, and that was something for that to happen. So then we get to Charlie, right? So Charlie went to go take Mr. Prosper to his appointment. So then went to take Mr. Prosper to his appointment, and she was talking to him. He was trying to look for his medical papers, bills, and everything, and he couldn't find it. He was shuffling. Charlie tried to rush him, and he said, "Calm down. I need to handle this. Give me a minute." So while he was searching, she was stuck into the house looking at pictures, and she saw the instrument, and she asked him, "Do you play instrument?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "Good with that. And your father used to tease me or maybe play all the time." And I was like, that was good. So we sat down. She said, "I'm sorry to rush you though. We had to go." He said, "Can you give me a minute?" So she sat down, And then he just started talking, reminiscing about Ernest. And she said, you know what, we could reschedule. And he said, sorry to get you in trouble. She said it was fine. Then later on, the next time when she came back to get him to appointment, he said he got his jacket. So she said she would get it. And it was inside. So when she retrieved the jacket, she saw a picture of Mr. Prosper and her father together. So she was looking at that. And then after she looked at it, she saw a lease there. It was not a lease, eviction notice. It was an eviction notice that Mr. Prosper had to vacate his property. The Environment Protection Agency is putting a stop evicting him out the house by the Sandry landmark. So I was like, oh my gosh, the Sandry is behind this again. To keep kicking people out their houses and everything. And this is the second time because there was another family last week that had to move out their house as well because of being evicted and they have financial issues and stuff. So Charlie's is like, she's over it. So later she had sit down with Vicky, the person she was texting every back and forth, and Vicky was telling her a lot of things that she's still digging about dirt about the land use so she could destroy them. So they was taking talking about different things and saying that one person had all this money, they got a mistress on the side. It was stuff. So it was more digging. So they would have to do more of that. Oh, so she took him to this appointment and they were sitting down and she said, well, at your surgery, do you have anybody come pick you up? He said he could call his daughter. And she realized, he said, did you never tell your daughter? And he said, I didn't have to get a chance to tell her. She's too busy and a lot of stuff. So it's like he's too prideful for put a burden to his daughter and everything. And then she said, did you mention about the eviction? And then he said, oh, that's my problem with nobody else. And she said, she saw the reply. But then he went to further talk. She said, how could this happen? And that's what he said. He had this house for a decade, and then they decided to cut his land lease. And since then, he said Landry promised this house for a long time, and now he got to go. So Charlie was pissed. So she went to see Jacob at the spot and asked him why the Environment Protection Agency are kicking the people out their houses. What is going on? Why is under your land and you kicking people out from their spot, and you promised them this long lease, a long stay. And Jacob said he had to work on this because it was something that, like she said, it was some things they found at the land. They had to investigate the land, so they had to let people out the places. But he said begged Charlie, can you stay? Can you stay? Because we can work this out. We can work this out. And I guess she was looking at him based on that. So then we get to the last scene. This was a commemoration happening, right? This is a commemoration that happening, and the commemoration was nice. Our Vi started a speech, and she's talking to a thing that's just a tradition. And Blue, you can host the ceremony and everything. So Blue was nice, and he said he didn't want to celebrate his birthday. This is how he wanted to celebrate his birthday by celebrating his pop, and so, like I said, the commemoration was to honor him, to honor the dead, to speak to him. So every year they get together, they write messages of what they want to say to him, and then they burn it, and then the message is somehow supposed to reach up to him, and you talk to him. So each one of them went by one on one. It was a nice day. So Micah went first. Micah said something, and then he put his message in the bonfire, and then it went to a flash forward scene where he was sitting on his laptop and he saw like a video conference or like a video of his father, himself, and his mother at like a shoot or a ceremony or something, and he was talking and he said, I would love to be with my family, his mom, and then my son here. And I guess he's thinking, I mean, Mike is a good, innocent, smart boy. So I guess he will probably come around. He won't be too mad, upset about it. But he always had this picture perfect thing that it was, even though his father and mother's not together, he still feel that it was just those three. And now it's another person in the side. So that, and then after that, Nova went. and she said something, and then it went to a forward scene that I guess her ideas started flowing in her head, so she started keep typing and typing and typing, and she was smiling while she typing. So I guess it gave a push that she has more to say about her book. And then we have a Vi did her message, and she told Hollywood that she agreed about getting that delivery truck. And she said, I guess after moving forward, I get to figure out what we need to do while we move along. And he said, oh, you can do it, be with me. And Hollywood said, okay, that's good. And then we have Ralph. Ralph said his thing, and there was a forward scene about him. He looked at the family tree that Blue did, and then it was a permission slip. He erased his name and put Darla name in it. So I said, oh, he gave her a chance to Darla to be at the trip. I mean, give her something to do because she was gone for a while, so let her go. And then we had Charlie, and Charlie ended it by saying she would take care of them, like she would take care of the family. That's her promise to her father that she would take care of everyone, that she's not gonna let her family down, and she gonna do what she gotta do. And that was the end of the episode, Queen Sugar. It was a good episode. I loved it. I like the message behind everything. I like how things came about, people emotions. Oh, I did forget one thing. Last week, Charlie car wasn't start, so it was a battery dead. So it was a guy that came to help her. I think his name was Ricky. I believe that's his name. That's not his name? Please correct me, please, y'all. Ricky, right? So when he went to surgery, Mr. Potts went to surgery, the doctor called his name, and she turned back and she found out that was him. And he gave Charlie his number to call him, but she never called him. And so she would make excuses like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't call you. I was so much sorry. He said, it's okay, okay. So he invited her to go eat something for pies and everything. He said, a nice little spot. And she said she would think about it and she would get a call. So I said, that was nice. I said, ooh, Charlie, get your groove back and get with this doctor. And that was it. Hope you liked my video. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. My channel is Menzel14. My name is Tom Menzel, and I talk to everyone that talk to you all later. Peace.